four-seamer as well. So variety in executing the pitches when you want to. Stay out of the middle of the plate, obviously.
Game Time Weather is brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, and free vacuums. Well, it's officially 40 degrees at game time. Nope. It's snowing. No. So we're going to go with a little colder than that. Pitching matchup brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. And our first pitch is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Yankees 6-3, Tigers 5-4. First pitch of the game to Ben Rice is a fastball up and away. And we are underway here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit on a chilly, snowy day. The snow is abating as we begin this game. The 1-0 on the back door with a slider for a called strike. Rice, Judge, Bellinger. To start the game, lefty, righty, lefty. The 1-1. Up and away with the splitter. So the cold weather, you always think about how do you, as a pitcher, get a grip? And pitchers will tell you it's hard. It's just, it doesn't matter what pitch you're throwing, but maybe the secondary pitches most of all. Fastball down and away makes it 3-1 on Ben Rice. AJ was talking on the pregame, Bobby, about how it's the first pitcher who can get warm, get some of that moisture. Fastball outside. Casey Mize, pretty good strike thrower, walks Ben Rice on a 3-1. But it really is, it's like, which pitch is it going to affect the most? AJ said will kind of be the key to this game. For Rodon, it might be his slider, a pitch that he really needs. For Casey Mize, it might also be the slider. We just saw splitters and fastballs there. But he felt like the key would be, all right, who is going to have their pitches affected the most, who can get warm and get some moisture on the ball on their hands. Slider strike on the outside corner, called strike one on Aaron Judge.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. And that's the thing, it affects the pitches that you spin. Like you said, it's the slurve and the sliders for both of these guys.
Strike one. Slurve is off the plate away. Three types of sliders, as Bobby detailed. It was a very good first start for Casey Mize. He ran out of gas just a little bit in Seattle, but remember, he had not pitched into the sixth inning in any of his spring starts. He'd only gone 3 in his last start. The 1-1. Soft little tap foul right at home plate. So second start of the year for Casey Mize, and Bobby, it just feels like with his retooled repertoire of pitches, meaning the harder splitter, he's added a slider or two, depending on how you want to look at it. He's got the way he's reshaped his repertoire is actually a very good matchup against this Yankee team, which wants to launch.
Yeah, they do. A lot of uphill swings with these guys. He can be effective at the bottom of the zone.
1-2, slurve away with 2 balls, 2 strikes.
With that slurve or the other types of sliders he throws, if he can get a grip on it and get a feel for it early on. If not, you may see a little bit more fastball sinker split today out of him because he just may not have the grip on the slider.
2-2, swinging a pop-up. Shallow right field. Manuel Margot comes in, stops and makes the catch in shallow right. That was a splitter that was not where he wanted it. But again, he feels like, Bobby, if he just throws it harder, even when he misses, it's not necessarily going to get away with it, but it's going to be a more effective pitch.
Yeah, I think you're right. His misses will be more effective because it's got a little bit more velocity. I mean, that one was not where he wanted it.
Not at all.
That was middle, and Judge missed it. But, hey, even some of the good ones, they miss from time to time.
That brings up Cody Bellinger, traded from the Cubs to the Yankees this offseason. Quick flip over to first. There are some guys who will run on this roster. Ben Rice already with a couple of steals. Guy at the plate, Bellinger, also has a couple of steals to his name. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. When Casey's going right, he gets a lot of ground ball outs, can get the double play turn behind him. Slider misses high and away. And I would say early, you can tell that pitch right now is problematic for Casey.
Yeah, it's not coming out how he wants to at all, just spinning, not doing a whole lot of anything.
So there becomes a real artistry for Jake Rogers, ground ball foul down the first base line, trying to figure out, okay, which pitches aren't working
right
that need to be a part of his mix. How do we go away from that but come back to it, make sure that he doesn't go away from it completely? It's a real balancing act. You would think for Jake Rogers today.
It absolutely is. He's going to have to get creative and have to figure something out.
Very light snow at the moment. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball low. Best fastball of the day, 95. Cody Bellinger has had one strange career.
Is he an every other year guy?
I mean, but for several years running, it was little production. The 2-1 swing and a pop-up into shallow center field. Kreidler a few steps to his left. That'll carry a ways, but that ball will be knocked down. Second out here in the first inning. Had the great year, of course, when he was just 23 years old with 47 home runs. Production fell way off. Kind of bottomed out with the Dodgers. They let him go.
Yeah.
Cubs picked him up. He hit 300. Slugging went up. OPS went way up. But the strange thing was, Bobby, the hard hit rate went down, and those two things don't usually go together.
No.
So which one is it? The production fell way off last year. The Yankees said, you know what, we could use this bat. Swing and a miss. Fastball beats Paul Goldschmidt to the spot, inner half of the plate. They added Bellinger and Goldschmidt to this lineup that right now you could argue is being led by the kids. Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, Ben Rice. These are all youngsters. Fastball, swing, and a miss. That's up in the strike zone. Jazz Chisholm Jr. That's 5 guys, 27 years old or younger, and that's kind of different for the Yankees.
It is. You know, you associate these guys with veteran guys who are established free agents, but they got a lot of guys that are young and up and coming on the upswing in their career.
0-2 on Goldschmidt. You think you could power him again. Slurve away. So funny, that's what we were calling the sweeper, kind of a cross between a curveball and a slider, which used to be called the slurve. It wasn't called that, and then all of a sudden StatCast started using
right.
the old terminology, slurve,
right,
for that in between a slider and curveball pitch. Also called the sweeper. The 1-2 bounces the splitter up to home plate, and that splitter is being thrown at 89-90. Most pitches that he throws the splitter are in that 89-90 range. That's up several miles an hour from last year. Mize works over toward the third base side of the rubber. Keith's at second base today. Shades up the middle. Kreidler in center. Shades way to right center. The 2-2 to Goldschmidt. Swinging a ground ball deep third. Sliding backhanded stop by Ibanez. Long throw. And off the glove of Spencer Torkelson. Trickles away. He'll track it down in shallow right field. Ibanez did everything right. Bounced the throw. Torkelson decided to back up and try to field it going into foul territory. I'm not sure if he fields it cleanly if he gets a pretty good runner.
Yeah, Spencer Torkelson has become very good at using the backside foul territory to get those throws that are bounced over at first base. You see Albert Pujols used to do that a ton. I think that's one way he's got to stretch into the field because Goldie's getting down the line on a slow developing play. Goldschmidt is a little bit advanced in age, still runs well, though, for a man his size.
Brings up Jazz Chisholm, fly ball, center field, not deep. Kreidler in 2 steps, stops, makes the catch. Routine fly ball, ends a mini threat in the first for the Yankees. Tigers bat, bottom of the...
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What? Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastballs. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
Behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Lawrence.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
And see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Get great tasting food made to order. Why the sheets not? Enjoy what you want when you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Order online at sheets.com or on the app.
First inning today brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Malloy, Ibanez, Torkelson to face the 32-year-old from Miami, Florida, Carlos Rodon. Ground ball up the middle. Great grab by Rodon. He stabbed it with his glove. It was going up the middle, and it might have been a difficult play for Volpe because he would have been fielding a soft ground ball behind second, had to turn and throw. Nice play by Rodon. One pitch, one out.
Yeah, I think he would have been. It would have been a tough play. Jay Henn gets on the line pretty well, but it would have been a tough play for him. But Rodon, four-seam fastball, two-seam fastball, slider, change, and a curveball. Doesn't use the curveball that often. Mainly a four-pitch mix.
Andy Ibanez takes a fastball strike. Early noticeable change. Scrapped the cutter and added a two-seam sinking fastball. Soft ground ball to short, charging Volpe. He'll field a big bounce and flip it over to Goldschmidt at first. 3 pitches, 2 outs, and 2 ground balls. And that's what we are seeing right now with Carlos Rodon as he's added a sinker. It can't just be completely about the sinker. He only throws it 1 out of every 10 pitches, but the ground ball rate is the highest of his career through 2 starts. Just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, interesting he did that, but thus far, getting the ball on the ground quite a bit.
That brings up Torkelson. First pitch fastball high and outside. Today's game brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. No score, just underway. Bottom of the first inning. The 1-0 to Torkelson. Swing and a miss. Fastball away at 93. Hero of yesterday's game. AJ impressed by the at-bat, a guy who was, 2 pitchers on the mound who were kind of spraying the ball a little bit. He just walked Ibanez, but he says Spencer was ready to hit. And that's what we've seen through 9 games, that great selective aggressiveness, as you described it, Bobby. Yep. And it served the Tigers very well in their 9th inning rally last night. Torkelson delivering the game winner. Backdoor slider, that's a pretty good slider on a cold day, something we're keeping an eye on, see if he has a feel for that pitch. That would suggest he does. Working first base side of the rubber. Quick little compact motion, 2-2, swing and a miss, fastball away. Torkelson expanded the strike zone, fell across home plate and strikes out. Both pitchers with the scoreless first.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit him. These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2.
Second inning today is brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Scoreless top of the second inning. First pitch to Anthony Volpe is a fastball in from Casey Mize. Needed 20 pitches to get through the first inning. Swinging the fly ball center field on a line. Back a couple of steps to his right. Ryan Kreidler battling the snowflakes. Makes the catch. So far, 3 fly balls to center field. You're just not going to be able to hit the ball as far on a cold day. I know that sounds obvious, but it's colder, denser air. So high-pressure systems can knock down a fly ball. Colder air is denser air. The ball has a harder time moving through it. Wells swings and fouls it back to the screen. And just the 40-degree temperatures, or maybe 35 degrees at game time, all of that takes footage out of a fly ball and potential home run. But it's not a small amount.
No.
Breaking ball on the back door for a called strike to Wells. It's 10, 12 feet. Difference between a 40-degree day and an 80-degree day is several feet. Cold, dense air, that's many feet taken out. Swinging a pop-up, slicing down the left field line. The wind is blowing out today. That can often boost, obviously, a fly ball. When it's directly behind, we're getting a great wind map on our FanDuel screen. And that map is so useful, Bobby, because it reminds you when the wind comes into this ballpark, it swirls.
Yeah, it does. It'll hit this third deck here.
0-2, splitter low and away, 1 and 2 on Wells.
And it comes back and it swirls around. There's the second level, I guess the mezzanine level, there's flow through, but not so much if it's, with the stuff that's up high. And these are the kind of things a young outfielder, now there's nobody really playing that in this game. Ryan Kryler might be the only one affected.
Fastball up and away.
But that's the kind of stuff when you have young outfielders that, everybody talks about, the third deck. It's a thing. Well, it is a thing because of stuff like this. On days like this, the wind does play tricks on you in a bigger stadium.
2-2, fastball up, foul back to the screen. Wells will see at least 7 pitches in this trip to the plate. Both teams swinging the bat early, even if they aren't putting the ball in play necessarily. The Yankees saw quite a few pitches. Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt in the first inning. Mize into his motion, another 2-2 pitch. Got him. Oh, boy. Throws him with a fastball, thigh-high, inner half.
Oof. That's an absolute dart. Down and in. Casey Mize. That's a good sign of him going glove side down like that early on in this game. Wells had no chance of hitting that bad boy. A well-located fastball after a good sequence.
Absolutely froze it. When he released that pitch, he started to walk off the mound.
He knew it.
Now fastball sails up and away. Trent Grisham at the plate, off to a good start, as many of these Yankee hitters are. They are coming off a series where they hit just 3 home runs in 3 games in Pittsburgh after 22 on their first homestand in 6 games. 6 games, 22 home runs, including a 9-homer game in the Bronx. Went to Pittsburgh, not quite as home run friendly, with the ginormous left field. 3 home runs in 3 games. Grisham's off to a great start. He has struggled mightily at the plate, and that has seen his playing time reduced in recent years. He was in a backup role, still a terrific defender in the outfield. Long time with San Diego, but for the last 3 years running, he has hit below 200 with a little bit of power. The 2-1. Swing and a fly ball slicing down the left field line. Green tracking it. He'll slow down, make the catch as he heads toward the line. Fair territory by 20 feet when he made the catch. Grisham, soft fly ball out. And a 1-2-3 second inning for Casey Mize. Stuff looks good.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What? Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastballs. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Lawrence.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals.
First pitch slider to Riley Green in the bottom of the second inning. Misses low and away, ball one. Green, Margot, and Baez to face the lefty Carlos Rodon. Much tougher on lefties and righties in his career. Green swings, fouls it out of play. 1-1. Time for dollars on deck. If Manuel Margot gets a hit this inning, Northfield Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northfield Lumber is Michigan's #1 Trex dealer. The 1-1 to Green, swinging a soft ground ball to second base. Jazz Chisholm fields a nice big hop. Moving toward first base, he fields and flips to Goldschmidt. 1 up and 1 down. Tigers have seen Carlos Rodon 13 times in his career. Started with Chicago, then to San Francisco, and then to the Yankees. The last 8 starts, it's fascinating. It has been good or it has been bad with nothing in between for Carlos Rodon when he faced the Tigers. 8 starts going back to 2019. Margot takes first pitch fastball for a strike. In 4 of those starts, he's lasted 3 2/3 innings or fewer. 4 starts, 3 2/3 innings each time or less. Strike on the inside corner, you total those up. It's 13 innings of work in 4 starts, 22 runs on 26 hits. Not good. The other 4 starts, he's gone 6 or 7 innings each time. Fastball up and away, and given up 1 run. Totals, 26 innings, 4 runs, 3 walks, 35 strikeouts. And that's kind of Carlos Rodon in a nutshell. Kind of his career. Injury shortened many years, but also it can be very erratic. Down and away, 2-2 on Margot.
And that's the maddening thing about a guy like him. There were some times.
It's the best stuff you'll see.
He's got some filthy stuff. The raw stuff is filthy. You got to get him on the plate.
Swinging a foul out of play, and that's exactly what AJ said. He can be a miss or middle guy, and you'll usually know pretty early.
Right.
So that again, what you just said puts the premium on staying in the strike zone. Pushing the pitch count up, and then doing damage when he makes a mistake. Margot swings, fouls it to the screen. He's got some pretty good stuff right now. Powered him in on the 2-2 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
He does, but there's an example. Again, that was a good pitch, not a great pitch. It was inner third, and that's a pitch when you got a guy like Rodon like this, you got to hit that ball hard somewhere. Easier said than done, we know.
Swing and a miss, curveball, it's got some bite. Wow, that had some sharpness to it. And on a cold day, that's impressive. Swing and a miss, Margot strikes out.
Because if you miss the fastball in front of it, you get Uncle Charlie after that, and it's a problem. And that's a good one from Carlos Rodon right there. That one's more 12-6 straight down at 82 miles an hour. That's a good pitch.
Light snow still falling at Comerica Park. So the early indicators for Carlos Rodon, positive for the Yankees. This could be one of those days where it's going to be really tough to hit. He's throwing strikes so far, 19 pitches, 13 strikes. The 1-0. Backdoor slider for a called strike. Bruce Dreckman is our home plate umpire today. Shane Livensparger at first, Nate Tomlinson at second. Mark Wegner, the crew chief, is today's third base umpire. Quick step back with the right foot, lifts the leg, drives to home plate. Rodon delivers a changeup away. Javi Baez fouls it to the screen. Falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. Injury report is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Again, the update on the ex-Yankee, Gleyber Torres, now a Tiger. Hoping to have a live BP session soon. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Javi Baez strikes out. 3 strikeouts for Rodon. 6 up, 6 down through 2.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means?
More at mi.gov/achievement.
Oswaldo Cabrera batting first pitch, foul to the screen. Casey Mize delivers a fastball low and on the outside corner. Strike one. 9-1-2 hitters. Oswaldo Cabrera, he's a valuable. Zach McKinstry can play 6 different positions. Third base mostly the last couple of years, and that's where he is today. Slurve is outside, and Casey actually says that's probably the better description for that slider because he says it's not a true sweeper. The 1-1 fastball strike, and listen to the experts. Casey Mize knows the numbers.
Yeah, he does.
He and Tarek Skubal love tracking all the metrics on their pitches, but it helps them. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Whoa, that is a good splitter from Casey Mize to wipe out Oswaldo Cabrera. Beauty.
That's filthy right there. He went high and away, strike one, down and away, strike two with fastballs, and then uses that last fastball he threw to set up this one. Splitter comes out of the same location, looks like it's going to the same destination, and all of a sudden it falls off the table. That's filthy stuff from Casey Mize.
Ben Rice batting first pitch splitter, bottom rail for a called strike. We talked about it during the spring, but it's worth repeating. He had to learn how to throw his four-seam fastball at the knees because he said, I've always thrown it up. Back-to-back splitters, those are beauties at 88 at the knees for a called strike, 2 on the lefty Ben Rice.
It's pretty clear early on. The slider, not so much, but the splitter's working, and fastball command is right on.
0-2, fastball away, and that's exactly how he wants to use that fastball, to be able to, at least from time to time, throw it at that bottom rail. You can get a called third strike if they've just seen 2 splitters there. The 1-2, swinging a line drive to the gap in right center field, on the way over the head of Margot. That'll be fielded by Kreidler in deep center field. Rice around second, heading to third. Relay from the outfield, not in time. Over the glove of Margot, who probably could have gotten back a little bit, but that's a tough part of the ballpark to field a line drive, especially where the wall angles out. It's a one-out triple for Ben Rice.
Yeah, I don't know that Margot catches this ball anyway, but it does angle out right there. Not very familiar with this ballpark. I'm sure he's played here some, but not as his home park. But that ball was rifled off the bat of Ben Rice. Tip of the cap there. That was a slurve that was down. He went down and got it. Backspun it into the gap for a 3-bagger.
Boy, Banez applied the tag, and it looked like he did pop off the bag for an instant. But third base umpire Mark Wegner, the crew chief, said nope, he got back on the bag. No challenge from the Tigers. Aaron Judge at the plate. Uncomfortable feeling. You're an infielder and you are drawn in tight.
No, thank you.
against this guy. First pitch fastball got the call. There it is, four-seam fastball down. But it took a lot of work to be able to get that feel because it's a different release, right? To get that ball down versus the normal fastball up. The strike one, swing and a miss. That's a slurve that he doesn't want there. Aaron Judge jumped out of his shoes to try to hit it, couldn't find it, 0-2.
You know, we talk about the fastball sometimes higher than high. That was a slurve that was badder than bad. And it was so bad that it was up there and Judge swung through it.
Judge now behind 0-2 at the pitch. Fastball low and outside, 95, 96 consistently on the fastball. Does he go to the splitter right here? I feel like he doesn't want to throw him a splitter. But you would think, because maybe the action's down and in, but you would think that could work right here.
It could. I'd probably go four-seam up right here, higher than high.
1-2. Slider away. Judge lays off. So again, three different sliders are at different speeds. This slurvy slider, as it's going into the books, is 82, 83. The bullet slider was 90 earlier, and then he's got one in between. Rogers setting up and away. 2-2, up and away. Throw down a third, and got it! Wow! Jake Rogers to Ibanez to pick off Rice at third. And I think Rice knows it because he's heading into the dugout.
That's a fantastic play by Jake Rogers. A lot of times you'll see a guy ask for a fastball away in that situation. He got a slurve away. And you could see, Andy, something was happening that whole at bat. He wanted to take a crack down there.
3-2. The splitter bounces up to home plate. He got ahead of Judge. No balls, 2 strikes, and walked him. But what a great timing play.
There
with
was
Ibanez.
Yeah, there was communication between pitches. You could see Jake Rogers peeking behind Aaron Judge, and he put the play on. And the second that ball went through, it hit his glove, and he turned it loose. And Rice was out by a fair amount.
I mean, that was bang, bang at the base. Line drive caught at second base by Keith. And that will be the third out. Looked like he got in the trademark just a little bit, not hit especially hard, but a line drive right to Keith for the third out here in the third. Great pickoff of Ben Rice at third base helps Mize. Tigers batted.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy.
The official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Keith leads off. First pitch fastball from Carlos Rodon, who has been sharp so far. Tigers have only had a couple of long at-bats against him. Torkelson in the first, Margot in the second. Saw 7 pitches. The strike one. Slider above the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Your inning today is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Series brought to you in part by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. 1-1 fastball, low and outside. Keith has drawn 12 walks and has struck out just 8 times. It hasn't been a lot of hard contact yet, but Bobby, I think the thing to focus on is he's taking his walks. If they're not going to throw him strikes, it's not like he has been taking a lot of pitches and being passive. They're just not throwing him a lot of strikes.
Yeah, and it's not like these are just uncompetitive walks that are just all over the place. So he's seeing the ball fine. That's a good sign.
The 2-2, low and outside. 3-2 on Keith. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. The outfield straight up. Rodon, first base side of the rubber, holds his glove at the belt. Quick step back into his motion. Keith swings. Fouls a fastball back to the screen. Rodon can ride it at the top of the strike zone as well as anybody. He's been kind of 93 to 95 today. Fastball velocity is down early. The 3-2. Got him. That was right there at the knees. 50-50, really, and Bruce Dreckman called it strike 3. Can't really argue the call.
Nope.
4 strikeouts the last 5 batters now for Rodon.
Yeah, changed the eye level there, threw a fastball at the top of the zone in the first 3-2, and then just nailed the bottom rail. Like you said, Dan, 50-50 call. He's been around the zone. Yep. You can't be too mad at that call.
That brings up Jake Rogers. He takes a fastball high and outside. A pretty big, again, right-left split. Righties have had the big edge through the career of Rodon, especially the last 2 years. They hit for higher average. Breaking ball down makes it 2-0. And they hit the home runs. As you might guess, lefties don't hit a lot of home runs against this lefty. But it's a pretty big right-left split. Rodon gave up 31 home runs last year. It's a pretty big total, 175 innings. The 2-0, fastball a little bit outside, but got the call, 2-1. 7 up, 7 down so far with 4 strikeouts, 3 swinging. Rogers upright, closed stance, 2-1. Takes the slider low, and it's now 3-1 on Jake Rogers. Need traffic on the base paths. The 3-1.
Boy, that's out.
Man, that's 2 pitches in the at-bat that are a solid ball and a half with off the plate, and both have been called strikes.
It's a 4-seam fastball away from Jake. That ball, like you said, that's a ball and a half out easy.
Sometimes with the 2-seam sinking fastball, that pitch that looks outside the box actually probably crossed home plate if it's moving, but not the 4-seam fastball that started outside.
Agree.
3-2, curveball down. Jake Rogers draws a walk. To his credit, didn't expand. Rodon has thrown some very sharp sliders and curveballs. You can have a lot of success against Rodon if you're a right-handed batter, especially swinging early in the count. Heavy damage last year, and this has been true several years in his career, when you put one of the first 2 pitches that Rodon throws in play. First pitch, the slider is up and away. Home run every 9 at-bats last year. When opponents put one of the first 2 pitches in play, 17 home runs and 150 at-bats. Fastball misses, 2-0 on Kreidler.
Yeah, Kreidler shortened the bunt right there. In a 1-0 count. Jazz Chisholm playing way up the middle. Cabrera back behind the bag.
The 2-0. Away with the fastball. 3-0 on Ryan Kreidler. Drew a lot of walks this spring. Felt like he was seeing the ball well. The 3-0, fastball near the outside edge, gets the call on Ryan Kreidler. Chisholm at second base, kind of been up and down in his career, turning the double play. He's had a very good year. He's had a very poor year. Volpe is below average turning the double play, but he's a very good defensive shortstop. The 3-1. Slider on the outside part of the plate gets a called strike squarely in the strike zone. Now 3-2 on Ryan Kreidler. Justin Henry Malloy is waiting on deck. Rodon again getting a lot more ground balls. The 3-2. Got him. Oh my. Slider in the strike zone at the bottom rail, and Rodon can't believe it, and Austin Wells actually turns around to have a conversation with Bruce Dreckman. We have seen pitches below the strike zone called the strike, and that one in the strike zone did not get the call. A break for the Tigers.
It's rare you get the full turnaround from a catcher. Usually you can say whatever you want as long as you don't turn around. Austin Wells turned around, had a nice little conversation with Bruce Dreckman, didn't change the call. Runners on first and second from 2 walks from Carlos Rodon, and Wells is out there to talk to him.
Entire infield joins the conversation. You can see Rodon on our FanDuel replay. That's bad. He was still looking in, trying to engage with Bruce Dreckman. Bruce was not looking out. Handled that properly. Would be interesting to see if one day a catcher who's just highly respected, has good debate skills, turns around, talks to the umpire goes, you know what? You're right. Strike 3.
That's not, they don't learn that in umpire school. The admission? No.
That brings up Justin Henry Malloy. First pitch, curveball for a called strike 1. That's a pitcher's pitch away. Right at the knees. 3 for 14, start with 8. Count them, 8 walks for Justin Henry Malloy. .500 on base percentage, which is why he's in that leadoff spot on the days that he starts almost always. Swings and misses at a changeup away.
Real good one right there from Rodon.
You would think go right back to it. The 0-2, changeup down. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Malloy.
Yeah, he did. He doubled up, and then he went middle down. If he goes back out there, he might have had him fishing a little bit, but now you can do whatever you want. You can zip the fastball in, or you can go change up again away.
The 1-2 is swinging a soft ground ball foul. That was a breaking ball that hung up a little bit, enough for Malloy to be able to get a piece of it. Again, both the slider, especially that curveball, it's got bite.
Yeah, he's definitely got a feel for his.
Rogers a runner at second. Kreidler the runner at first. Rodon checks Rogers. The 1-2 is swing and a miss. He went up with the fastball, 94, and strikes out Justin Henry Malloy. That'll leave it up to Andy Ibanez. Today's game brought to you in part by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. 5th strikeout for Carlos Rodon. 4 swinging. Brings up Andy Ibanez. First hit of the year came yesterday on a little dribbler between the mound and third base. Pitch in the dirt. We were talking with him. Barbaro Garbe was over there, the ex-Tiger, who does the Spanish broadcast with Carlos Guillen. They do terrific work over there, and he said, you were owed that.
Yeah.
All those hard hit balls you went 0 for 9 to start the season. You were owed that with all your quality at-bats, the 1-0. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. Deep. Got a chance. Gone. Andy Ibanez drills a 3-run, 2-out, 3-run home run to left. 3-0 Tigers in the third.
Yeah, good swing by Andy Ibanez. Got a changeup down, and it was in, too. Good pitch by Rodon. And again, we talked about this yesterday when Torque hit that slider down and in, kept it fair. That's a really hard pitch to keep fair. Just drop the barrel on it. A lot of times you see that ball hook just outside the foul pole. That ball was hit so hard, and it stayed pretty straight into the bullpen in left field.
It is such an easy ball to hook into the netting, isn't it? Torkelson takes a pitch up and in. Came on a 1-0 pitch. Back-to-back changeups, and that's a game changer. Fly ball to center field, not deep. Grisham, a few steps to his left, will settle under it, make the catch. Ooh, he had to reach back at the end as the wind pushed it a little bit. Torkelson flies out, Tigers with a couple of walks and a home run take the lead. Ibanez, first of the year, is a 3-run shot. Head to the fourth inning. 3-0 Tigers after 3 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Can't get enough baseball? Start streaming MLB Network today. Get up to 15 out-of-market games a week live on any device, plus 24/7 access to MLB Network's award-winning shows, including live game look-ins and exclusive player interviews. And hear live radio play-by-play from all 30 clubs with MLB at Bat. Enjoy the home of baseball from virtually anywhere. Plans start as low as $5.99 per month. Sign up now at MLBnetwork.com/stream. Available in the U.S. only. Blackout restriction applies. Visit MLB.com/subscribe for full terms and conditions.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals.
Every Tigers home run is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup. Andy Ibanez with a 3-run home run, 3-0 Tigers. First pitch to Paul Goldschmidt is fouled down the right field line. 3-0 as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Goldschmidt, Chisholm, and Volpe. Here in the fourth, PC Mize has had to work out of mini jams in the first and third. 2 on with 2 outs in the first inning after an infield single for Goldschmidt. Chisholm hit a fly ball to center for the third out. Triple pickoff, then walk last inning. Got Bellinger to line out to end the third inning. Goldschmidt takes a pitch off the plate inside. What a career this guy has had. Now 37 years old. The 1-1. Fastball perfect. I would say he's getting this whole throw the four-seam fastball down in the strike zone down pretty well.
And he is throwing it right where he wants to. Glove side, arm side down. Glove side, arm side up. He's done fantastic with his command today.
The 1-2, swing in a high pop-up through the snowflakes. This will go pretty deep to center field while the wind is definitely starting to push it. And Kreidler had to go back and make the catch in the end. Look at the snow. It is a light snow right now. It's kind of come and gone through the first 3 innings. But you look at what the wind is doing to it. You can see the snow is just moving in all different directions depending on whether it's low, middle, or high.
Don't think the wind has an effect. Just look at the snow right now. That's what it's doing.
So the cold, dense air that holds the distance down is being perhaps overcome by a very strong wind to straightaway center. Slider tight, middle of the plate for a called strike to Jazz Chisholm. This is one of the few ballparks where there's a gap between the lower and upper deck, and the wind will actually, when it's a northerly wind especially, blow through that gap and help a batted ball. Swing and a miss at a splitter. I like that combination, Bobby.
It's really working. He got away with one with Goldschmidt. It was a hanging slider. He does not have the feel for the slider or the big slurve curveball he throws, but that splitter is on point right now.
This was a very big trade for the Yankees last year to get Jazz Chisholm. Splitter bounces, framed by Jake Rogers. He's going to get a call one of these days. On a ball that bounces, he's going to get the call. It's going to be an optical illusion for the umpire.
I hope I'm sitting next to you while you call that.
All this work framing bounced pitches is going to pay off one time. Swing and a miss, and popped out of the glove of Jake Rogers. It was not a foul tip. He'll throw it down to first. That was a beauty of a splitter. Third strikeout for Casey Mize, who is pitching very well through 15 batters. Pause right now for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Anthony Volpe is batter number 15 through 14 batters. It's been strong for Casey Mize. First pitch, slider for a strike. Almost all of these sliders are the one that's classified as a slurvy slider. It's kind of in between a curveball and slider. Sinker on the outside edge for a called strike. Boy, he's just feeling it right now.
I'm telling you.
Jake Rogers can go any one of 5, 6, 7 directions.
He can, but that splitter is so effective. Why not right here?
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Fastball up, wipes out Volpe, and Casey Mize is getting in a groove. Strikeouts 3 and 4. 1 on a splitter, 1 on the fastball, in the top of the 4th inning. Fourth inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals.
Bells.
It's a replay is brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm when you need the right call made. It's 1-800-CALL-SAM. Riley Green against Carlos Rodon. First pitch, fastball, strike. The 9th inning yesterday, Fraser Ellard came out of the bullpen for the White Sox protecting a 3-1 lead. It was a righty and 3 lefties set up perfectly for the hard-throwing lefty. Strike 1 bounces up to home plate, but Javi Baez, who will bat third this inning, single to start the inning. Trey Sweeney, a big moment. Hit a shot up the middle on the ground. Looked like it'd be an unassisted 6-3 double play. Beat the throw to first by an inch. And then the other lefties did their job. Pitched down and away. It was Zach McKinstry, a 10-pitch at bat, where he drew the walk on pitch number 10, fought off some tough fastballs, and then Riley Green at the plate right now saw 4 pitches, realized he didn't want to throw him a strike, and he took his 4-pitch walk. The 2-1. Swing and a foul tip right at home plate off a 90-mile-an-hour changeup. As AJ said, it wasn't just 1 or 2 hitters. That was a true team rally in the 9th.
It sure was.
Upright, relaxed stance for Riley Green. Hands tight by the left ear as he cocks the bat over the shoulder. Slider in the dirt. Green strikes out. Wells picks it up, tags him out to complete the strikeout. 6th strikeout for Rodon through 13 batters. Walk. Incredible called third walk for Ryan Kreidler. Could have easily been a called third strike. And that set up after a Malloy strikeout and Andy Ibanez's 3-run home run last inning. Ground ball up the middle softly. Volpe 2 steps to his left, will field by the bag and flip it to first to get Manuel Margot. First pitch swinging. He grounds out to short. 3-0 Tigers. We're in the 4th inning. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Fourth inning, 2 outs, base is empty, and a pitch count of 56 for Rodon. That's a nice low total. And he got off to a good start, and you kind of felt like this is going to be a tough day. Fly ball, deep right field, going back. Judge, a few steps, he'll make the catch in front of the warning track. Not a difficult play. Wind might have boosted it a little. Baez.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Apo Taco. Do you know what it means?
Is Michigan's Trex decking leader in the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network, northvillalumber.com.
Fifth inning today is brought to you by Fogger Law. All they do is win. Snowflakes continue to fall in downtown Detroit. Whatever you heard about the game time temperature, just push it down a few degrees because I don't think it can be 40 and snowing. I dabble in the meteorological arts.
You don't dabble, sir. You are a...
I know it can snow when it's above 32,
expert.
but this has been pretty consistent. Snow. It's a very peaceful setting right now. Slurve up and away. It feels like the holidays should be here. Just a light, fluffy snow.
Yet it's April.
The last thing you want to see in the month of April. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball left field. Green on the run, tracking it. He'll slow down and make the catch in front of the warning track. Austin Wells has got a lot of power. Tries one deep to left field for the first out in the fifth inning. But truly, Bobby, I mean, it's heavy enough at times. I don't know how often you played in the snow, but you've really got to concentrate, I would think, as an outfielder.
You do. I mean, it's a thing. I mean, the snowflakes, it's a distraction to a certain degree. But the wind that goes with it is a factor as well. But you do have to really lock it in and concentrate.
All right, so I know you guys had strategies for, not getting blinded by the sun, strategies for certain ballparks where the visuals weren't good behind home plate. What's the strategy when a heavy snow is falling?
Well, that's hard to practice in Arizona and Florida during spring training. You can't really practice that one.
Swinging a line drive to right, that's going to drop for a base hit. Grisham, the sharp single to right, fielded on a couple of hops by Margot. One out single here in the fifth inning. Tigers leading 3-0.
Yeah, good swing by Trent Grisham. He continues his hot hitting. That was a fastball that was up, really above the zone. He goes up, top hands it to right field.
Quite a few lefties in this lineup with the switch hitting Oswaldo Cabrera stepping to the plate. There are 5 total. Make it 6 with Jazz Chisholm. Cabrera batting first pitch, ground ball to second base. Cole Keith will gather it up. Flip it to first. It feels like that play that had the the tough time on in Seattle, maybe got in his head a little bit. That seemed a little strange because he could have easily, it felt like, got the out at second base.
Yeah, I think he wanted to even take a look over there, but it carried him a pretty fair distance over to the near first base. He was in the 4-hole there. But he gets the out at second. No harm, no foul there.
Back to the top of the order, Ben Rice. First pitch slider under the bat, ball 1. Because we've seen him make that play.
Yes.
Move to his left and then just turn and fire down to second base. Got the sure out at first. Man on second. 2 outs. Tigers leading 3-0. 1-0 to Rice. Slurve away. Ben Rice debuted last year after Rizzo went on the IL. In his 17th Major League game, he had a 3-homer game. And then the floor fell out from underneath him. And it was a tough go the rest of the way. Ended up getting sent down. Fastball, perfect. Kind of like the call that Rodon did not get. That was right there at the knees. Didn't get the call. 3-0 on Rice, who has a walk and a triple in this game. Tripled on a 1-2 pitch. But he got bigger, stronger in the offseason, and he looks like he's going to be a force. He was put in the lead-off spot. Aaron Boone was asked about that. Why'd you put him there? And I think the answer was short and simple. He rakes. Yeah. The 3-1 pitch. Strike called. Wow. Slider. Down and in. Again, with a 2-dimensional strike zone as framed on our TV, there is a chance that crossed over the plate. It looks outside on its way to that spot just outside the box on your television.
Better swing it here.
The 3-2, down and in. Casey Mize frustrated. He went right back to that same spot, but he kind of yanked it, and it was an easy read for Ben Rice. Ben Rice is intriguing to me. Remember Aaron Judge's first shot at Major League hitting? It was a struggle. Hard to remember, but it was only 84 at-bats. He hit 180. Well, Ben Rice came up last year, and in 150 at-bats, hit 170 with power. But the upside is, I wouldn't say Judge-like, sinker for a strike to Aaron Judge, but it is that combination of being able to hit for average and for power, it would appear, for Ben Rice.
And let's be honest, in that ballpark, too, it's going to help him being left-handed, hitting some high-fly balls in right field that were going to go out that wouldn't in a lot of other places.
Judge hits a ground ball up the middle, pass to diving Javi Baez into left center field. Greenwell field. Into score comes Grisham. Sharp single for Judge. And that's one of the things that AJ was talking about, Bobby. He's not just a home run hitter. So what makes him so tough to pitch to? Obviously, it's the full range of skills that he has, but he will take his hits sometimes versus just always trying to launch. He's got a solid line drive rate, which to me is always a good indicator of a good hitter, and that's why he's hit 300 twice with ridiculous power. I mean, he's a freak in many ways, and I mean that in the most complimentary way.
Absolutely.
To be able to hit for average and for power, but I thought that was interesting. That's what makes him such a good hitter.
And he hits the ball hard a lot. Even that one, 110 off the bat.
Wow. Backdoor breaking ball gets a called strike on Cody Bellinger. 2 on, 2 outs, and this becomes a big, big hitter for Casey Mize. Power has dropped off for Cody Bellinger in recent years. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Really good splitter. Would you go right back to it?
Yeah, I would throw that splitter down 1-2. I'd double up on it again. If he doesn't bite, then you can go up with the fastball. You can try to bury him back foot. But throw the splitter right here, 1-2.
Upright stance. The 1-2. Swing and a pop foul out of play. Tried to bust him in with the fastball. Probably not as high as he wanted it to be, and Bellinger was able to foul it off.
Yeah, and that's a mislocation, too. Jake Rogers wanted that down and away from Bellinger. It ended up middle and up.
2 on, 2 outs. The 1-2. Swing and a fly ball. Slicing foul down the stands. Into the stands down the left field line. Sun has broken through the clouds for a moment at least. The snow has stopped. 3-1 Tigers in the 5th inning. Pitch count closing in on 80 for Casey Mize. Bullpen begins to stir. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a splitter. Beauty. Perfect pitch down and away. Bellinger doesn't swing and miss much. Swung and missed at a perfect splitter. And Casey Mize limits the damage.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Apo Taco. Do you know what it means?
The official car wash of the Detroit Tigers.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Tigers have a 3-1 lead. Yankees just got on the board. Tigers 3 runs on an Ibanez home run, first of the year in the 3rd. Keith batting, fastball at the knees for a called strike. 91 on the fastball. He'll change speeds on that fastball. Generally cruises 93, 94, up to 95. Keith falls behind 0-2, left on left. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball softly up the middle. The third baseman, Cabrera, pretty sure defender, was over by shortstop because Volpe was up the middle and he just booted it.
Very nonchalant by Cabrera. He's a good defender. They played him all over the infield, do so with confidence, but it just feels like he didn't have, it was weird. He didn't approach that with very much confidence, and then when he got it, it just fell out the edge of his glove. By that time, Colton's over on first base. He's aboard up with an error.
That brings up Jake Rogers. He swings at the first pitch, fastball away, fouls it out of play. Rodon is a lefty you can run on. And it sure feels like, and we've just seen enough examples of this early, feels like the Tigers are going to take advantage even with non-obvious base stealers. Well, when you see Spencer Torkelson stealing, you know they're going to do this. A pitch away. Take advantage of the guys who don't have a great move to home plate or are slow to home plate, and this is a lefty on the mound who does not hold runners well and allows a lot of stolen bases. The 1-1, up and away. Not feeling the cold Keith steal right here on a cold day, but just something to watch. Because the Tigers are certainly every single game looking for that potential opportunity to take an extra 90 feet. Rogers waiting on a 2-1. Way up and away. Slider misses badly. Rogers walked on a 3-2 his first time up. So last, now 9 batters, a couple of walks, a home run. And if he walks Jake Rogers here, we might see that bullpen start to get busy. The 3-1 outside. Come on, my goodness.
The ball.
Bruce Dreckman. This is 3 calls on Jake Rogers, his last 2 at-bats. I mean, this is a pitch that starts outside and never gets to home plate, and that can't be a strike. It just can't be.
No, it's a 4-seamer that's out there. It's not like it's a cutter or it's a 2-seamer that's working off the plate. That's a ball out of hand and it stays out there.
2 balls with off the plate, strike 2. The 3-2 is swinging a foul. Jake Rogers had to swing. I mean, that's above the strike zone, but he had to swing. Count stays 3-2. 3-1 Tigers are in the 5th inning. Strikeout updates brought to you by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts for Rodon. He's only allowed 1 hit so far. It just happened to be the home run. 3-2, swing and a foul out of play. Poured the fastball in, just challenged Jake. Kreidler walked after the Jake Rogers walk. That set up the Ibanez home run. That was in the 3rd. Rodon gets a little more hittable as the game goes on. 3-2, way inside, and Jake Rogers draws another walk. And for Aaron Boone, you would think a little bit of a warning sign there when you have walked Jake Rogers twice. Pretty good strike throwing today, but now 3 walks the last 10 batters. Pitch count is still low for Rodon. This ends the 2nd trip through the order. Last year was a good season for Rodon. 16 wins, ERA right just below 4. 3rd trip through the lineup is where the struggles really began. Kreidler bunts down the third base line. It's a good one. Rodon is going to pick it up, throw to first. He bounced it, and he got him. That's a fine play by Carlos Rodon. For a moment there, it didn't look like he was going to be able to get him. Kreidler was trying to bunt for a base hit. He'll get credit for his sacrifice. And keeping an eye on Rodon, it looked like he might have felt a little something on that play where he had to field, turn, and throw.
Yeah, he's clearly uncomfortable. He got over there, did a nice job to get over there, threw the ball to the first baseman, Goldschmidt. Nice pick to get him, but then bent over a little bit like he just didn't feel good, like his back or something, or his leg maybe.
Matt Blake, the pitching coach out the entire infield, will join the conversation. Sacrifice, the put-up goes 1-3. Again, that was a fine play by Rodon.
It was. That's the bunt there. First and second, nobody in that situation. You're telling Ryan Kreidler, we want to get you this bunt down. Take a crack at it on the first one, bunting for a base hit. And he did, and it was a nice bunt.
Just about perfect, really.
Just about perfect. It's a good play by Rodon.
When you have to run all the way to the line, turn and throw, got him by about half a step. Really nice play. Now the infield drawn in tight. Cabrera at third, Volpe at short, Chisholm at second, Goldschmidt at first. Justin Henry Malloy at the plate. First pitch, fastball misses inside, ball 1. 4-seam fastball. Again, he's been using the 2-seam sinking fastball in his first 2 starts to get ground balls. He needs one here. Justin Henry has certainly shown the ability to get the ball in the air, grounded out his first time up today. Fastball. Wow, what is happening with this strike zone for Bruce Streckman? All of a sudden, this pitch that's way off the plate away is getting a called strike 4 times now in the last couple of innings.
To the first base side. That side of the plate is really big.
1-1, swing and a miss, and then you get that call, you can do that. Change up in the dirt away and induce a swing. Justin Henry's not swinging at that if it's 2-0.
Without a doubt. No chance.
Boy, plate is about 22 inches wide right now. The 1-2. Bounce to change up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andy Ibanez is waiting on deck. Bullpen stirring for the Yankees. Nobody yet throwing. Bullpen's been pretty heavily used the last 2 days in Pittsburgh. Everybody in tight, right up to the edge of the grass on the infield. Tigers trying to add to a 3-1 lead. 2 in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Into score comes Keith. Rogers right behind him. Throw to the plate. Save for the head first slide. Great base running by Rogers. He had to slow down as he went to third because Keith was going back to third. But somehow he kicked it back into the gear that he needed, scampered home, 5-1 Tigers.
That was an excellent read by Jake Rogers. The infield was drawn in, so as soon as it was hit, he knew that ball was going to be down. Why Colt Keith was going back to the bag, I'm not sure, but he had to stop, and that made that play close at home on the throw from the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Great slide to the third base side of home plate, head first. Jake Rogers in there to score the run.
Wow.
And a good piece of hitting by Justin Henry Malloy. Got a tough call there. 1-1. Got a fastball up he can handle. Didn't try to do too much with it.
Ibanez swings and fouls it out of play. Yeah, it was very odd that Keith was going back because that ball was 20 feet plus in front of the center fielder Grisham. And Jake Rogers really made him stutter step around third. And he got it back into gear. Great head first slide, as you said. Ibanez takes a pitch up, 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-1 Tigers in the 5th. Talk about manufacturing a run. Error, walk, sacrifice, single. Ibanez swings and fouls it out of play. Well back first base side. 5-1 lead for the Tigers in the 5th.
Well, that's got a little old school feel to it right there. You have the third baseman boot one. You got a man on. You get a walk. We're going to bunt him over and get a base hit. This is 84 here. What are we doing? I love it. All in.
This is what the Tigers. I just love how they. Again, this is kind of born out of the pitching chaos of last year. How do we get creative in how we use our guys? And for the offense, you're missing some guys. How do we get creative to try to figure out more ways to score runs?
Yes.
We made improvements last year in significant areas. Not chasing, hitting the fastball better, swinging a foul out of play. Ibanez still 1 ball, 2 strikes. They started to get to 1-0 counts more now, but how do we kind of middle of the pack offense?
Yeah.
How do we get better? How do we score more runs? Even though there probably won't be a lot more power. Well, we're seeing great examples. Soft ground ball, foul, Bobby. I said it before. It's only 10 games, but the early trends in what the Tigers are doing from the team concept translated down to the individual concept in each at-bat has been tremendous.
Yeah, it really is. This is how we're going to win. That's fine. We'll do it this way.
The 2-2 is swinging a ground ball hit hard. Diving stop to the glove side for Cabrera. Flips down to Chisholm 1. Relay to first will not be in time. That's a fine play by Oswaldo Cabrera, whose error started this inning. 7-pitch battle. Ibanez hit it hard. Malloy forced at second. That'll bring up Spencer Torkelson.
Yeah, good play to the left. That was a one-hop shot off the bat of Andy Ibanez to Cabrera. He gets up on one knee and feeds it to Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm had to dig that ball out of the dirt. Good job to get one, much less to turn it, get it over to Goldschmidt. It's too late. But there's 2 outs in the inning.
First pitch to Torkelson, swinging a line drive, foul into the netting down the line, slider down and in. He was on it. And we have seen him keep that ball fair. Walk-off double with the bases loaded, down a run in the 9th inning yesterday. The strike 1, swing and a miss. Changeup had him out in front. He's seeing as many pitches per plate appearance as just about anybody. But yesterday, 3 times attacked the first or second pitch, and all 3 times hit the ball hard. Slider misses low and inside.
And I love that. It's not artificial. He's not trying to do it. He's ready to hit from pitch 1. If pitch 1 presents itself, regardless of pitch type, he's fired on it. If not, he's going to wait and get his the pitch that he's looking to do damage on. And then if he ends up walking after 10 pitches, so be it.
1-2, check swing. Did he go? Appeal to first. Yes, he did. And Shane Livensparger goes up with the right hand. Torkelson strikes out for the 2nd time today. Tigers take advantage of an error that started the inning, play a little small ball, and scored 2. We played 5 in Detroit, 1-3. Tigers and Yankees. It's 5-1 Detroit on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! What a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Casey Mize now working with a 5-1 lead. We're in the top of the sixth inning. Goldschmidt, Chisholm, and Volpe, 4, 5, 6 hitters. First pitch to Goldschmidt is up and in. Terrible start to last year for Paul Goldschmidt. And certainly some concerns in Cardinal Nation. He was 35 years old, coming off a down year the year before, at least a year where the numbers had dropped sharply from the previous season. This has been such a good hitter for so long. Slurved for a strike to make it 1-2, and then he had a nice finish to the season. Second half was strong. The overall numbers ended up just mediocre for Paul Goldschmidt, kind of league average. Swinging a ground ball to second, but the Yankees signed him to bolster this lineup. Keith moving to the glove side, fields a knee-high bounce, flips to first. Goldschmidt is the first out here in the sixth inning. One out, that brings up Jazz Chisholm. Let's check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios scoreboard. Everything else is later today. Again, this was originally scheduled to be a night game, and then the forecast came out.
Would they call you, Dan, and say, what do you think we ought to do?
And when you started seeing 32 swinging a pop-up foul out of play off the bat of Jazz Chisholm Jr., forecast came out. It was going to be 32 with wind chills below 20 at game time. It's like, yeah, let's change it. So you change it to the daytime, and you at least give yourself a chance for what we've seen today, some sunshine. And also the snow.
And snow, and the wintry mix.
Wintry mix. Chisholm swings, fouls it out of play. We're talking about what a great trade this was from Miami, where he had a good 2022, but his injury shortened, but never really had kind of broken out offensively like many expected him to. He went to the Yankees, and it was like, oh, that's the guy. Hit 270 with power in his 170 or so trips to the plate.
They just threw center field at him, too. Like, it was kind of a weird deal.
Right.
Like, they just kind of threw it center field at him at the end of spring training one year.
Swing and a miss. Splitter down and away. Casey Mize is having a terrific start. And that splitter is the reason why.
That thing is devastating. He's throwing that at the bottom rail as if it's a fastball. And about 3/4 of the way to plate, it just starts to fall off the table. Guys start to fire on that thing, and then they realize it's not there.
I mean, that's a good hitter. I know he's struggling early, but he just waved. That was a one-handed wave. That splitter is diving away from lefties. And, Bobby, I mean, these are some dangerous lefties. And it just gives you so much, not just hope, but you get excited about what the possibilities are for Mize this year with that splitter.
Absolutely.
Fly ball to center on a 1-0 pitch. Anthony Volpe just serves it out to Ryan Kreidler.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams.
Pretzel crust is back for $6.99 at Little Caesars. Plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
Pizza. Germac Peanuts, the official peanut of the Detroit Tigers, and a Detroit tradition since 1924. Can be purchased at Germac.com as well as their Eastern Market location, along with other fine retailers across Michigan.
Sixth inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Experience the Demmer difference. Riley Green leads off. Activity in the Yankees bullpen. It's hard to see from our vantage point. It is a righty. We know that. Riley Green, first batter, takes hard slider low and away with 2 righties coming up. Pitch counted 86. This could easily be the end of the day for Carlos Rodon after he gets the lefty or tries to get the lefty. Sinker sinks low, 2-0 on Green. Riley has hit a ground ball to second base and struck out. Pretty wicked slider his last time up. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. That puts the third baseman Cabrera basically at shortstop with Volpe way up the middle. The outfield shifts the other way. Pretty shallow. Green takes, change up, dots that corner down and away. Adam Ottavino is up and throwing in the Yankee bullpen. The 2-1. Swinging a slicing foul down the left field line, not very deep. Yankee rotation was, to me, Bobby, and we saw the Yankees enough in spring, and you realize, boy, you lose the Rookie of the Year in Luis Heel. You lose Garrett Cole to Tommy John surgery. Heel might be back this year, but it's going to be a while. The 2-2, low and away. This Yankee rotation has still large question marks after Fried and Rodon.
Absolutely. It got thin real quick, didn't it? In
3-2, swinging a ground ball foul down the first base line.
They went out and got Carlos Carrasco, and, he just keeps pitching and pitching and pitching and pitching. They're trying to find some utility out of him. Marcus Stroman, all of a sudden it was the big to-do about him being in rotation or not. Well, guess what? He's in it now.
Struggling early.
Yeah.
The 3-2, swing and a miss. Slider caught a lot of the plate, but it's a tough matchup for a lefty. Green strikes out. 8th strikeout for Carlos Rodon.
That pitch was cutterish right there. It had a really short break and was a little bit harder than Rodon normally throws that slider. Fooled Riley Green.
Picks up Manuel Margot. First pitch fastball strike on the outside edge. Again, the update earlier, we didn't really get a chance to talk much about it, but Gleyber Torres with the oblique is already taking swings. If he takes a live BP session and it goes well during this series, ground ball up the middle, fielded by Chisholm behind second. He'll flip to first, 2 up and 2 down. And there's a chance he might be able to get activated as soon as he is eligible to come off the IL without having to go on a rehab assignment, which would be the fastest recorded recovery from an oblique injury in the history of Major League Baseball.
Set modern records, huh? Well, clearly they caught it soon enough to where it didn't do any more damage. A lot of times you'll try to play through that, and that's when you really do it.
Yep. Yeah, fortunate maybe that it was on a home run trot.
Yeah, no, for real. That's
kind of grabbed
real.
It between first and second versus like trying to leg out a double or sliding into a base. Caught it early. Actually had one more at bat in that game and then came out. The 1-0 to Javi Baez, line drive and pass to diving Cabrera and the reach of Volpe. Squeezed it through the hole at short. Javi Baez singles into left field. A.J. Hinch had nice things to say about Javi Baez. He was asked about kind of how the conversations went this winter when it was clear that, that we don't know how your health is going to be. Sweeney's clearly going to get most of the everyday opportunities at short. And he said he was all in on whatever the Tigers wanted to do, but clearly that plan included position flexibility.
Yeah, well, sure. You know, you got to remember, Javi was hurt at the end of last year. He watched.
Oh, they've got Javi Baez picked off at first. He went down to second. He gave the swim move to Volpe. Second base umpire Nate Tomlinson said safe. Yankees will challenge, or will they? Aaron Boone's got his hand up, and he does want to challenge. Picked off by the pitcher Rodon. Javi Baez was dead at second base by 10 feet. He gave the old swim move, and we'll see. We have yet to see the first replay. Glove is there, takes the hand. Oh, no, he's out.
He's out.
I thought I saw him take the hand away. He never did take the hand away.
Well, not only that, Volpe had second base blocked with his left foot. Javi didn't even get to the bag. He got Volpe's foot, but not second base.
Javi was waving to the dugout. I'm not quite sure what this should take 2 seconds. It's a replay brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. Yeah, he is out. Yankees are coming off the field and not even waiting for crew chief Mark Wegner to make the official announcement. Yeah, he is out. A pickoff. The putout goes 1-3-6. And the Tigers are out in the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. 5-1 Tigers after 6 innings in the first of 3 with the Yankees. It's the Detroit Tigers Radio Network presented by Meyer.
If you're looking for a meaningful career with lots of room to...
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco. A home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Can't get enough baseball? Start streaming MLB Network today. Get up to 15 out-of-market games a week live on any device, plus 24/7 access to MLB Network's award-winning shows, including live game look-ins and exclusive player interviews. And hear live radio play-by-play.
Holton takes over on the mound for the Tigers, 7th inning. 5-1 Tigers in the first of 3 with the Yankees. Wells, Grisham, Cabrera to face Holton. 2 lefties and a righty. We'll see what, if any, moves Aaron Boone is going to make. Grisham actually hits lefties pretty well. Wells is going to continue to catch. Tyler Holton on the mound. Pitch and change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. I think Ford first. Zach McKinstry goes into right field for the Tigers. Still Green at left, Kreidler in center. Ibanez, Baez, Keith, and Torkelson from third over to first on the infield. First pitch to Austin Wells, low and outside, ball 1. We've seen Tyler Holton several times already, and he looks kind of like the Tyler Holton we've been watching for the last couple of years.
He sure does. Hadn't missed a beat.
The 1-0. Swinging a soft line drive, jam job into center, fielded on one hop by Ryan Kreidler. Leadoff single for Austin Wells.
Yeah, that was a sinker from Tyler Holton that Wells guided into center field. That's his second most prevalent pitch. Cutter, sweeper, changeup. Main parts of his arsenal. There's a four-seamer and a curveball he mixes in there. But those four is what he really goes to work with. And the thing is, Dan, like we've said so much, he'll throw it to either-handed hitter on both sides of the plate.
Yep. Aaron Boone out to have a word with home plate umpire Bruce Dreckman. No pinch hitter coming in. Trent Chrisman is one of those rare lefties who most of his career has been better against left-handed pitching. You just don't see that very often. Actually was better against righties last year, but for his career, better against lefties. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. Andy Baños was in tight to guard against that possibility. Pitch was outside, ball one. Will Vest getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. Outfield shifts to the left on this lefty, the 1-0, swinging a fly ball, deep center field. Going back, Kreidler still going onto the track. He's going to make the catch one step from the fence, bump into the fence, get it back in quickly to Javi Baez. Fine play, because I'm telling you that wind is pushing a fly ball 10, 20, maybe even 30 feet.
That's a good play by Ryan Kreidler. He reads this ball off the bat, gets on his horse, turns his head, takes his eye off the ball, and then peeks back up, locates it, and catches the ball one step into the fence. That's the kind of stuff that veteran outfielders do. You wouldn't expect that from a guy like Kreidler, but boy, that's a pretty good play.
That brings up Oswaldo Cabrera. He takes pitch outside. The wind is blowing straight out to center. And again, this is one of those few ballparks where you actually will get the tailwind to boost the ball directly to the outfield. The wind does swirl here, but a northerly wind with that gap between the lower and upper deck will definitely push a ball straight out to center. And it certainly looked like that one got a boost. Cutter for a strike on the back door. Cabrera is a switch hitter. Much better as a lefty last year. Cutter low, 2-1. So much weaker as a right-handed batter, 190 with no power. Is about the same from both sides in 2023. The 2-1, way outside, change up away. 3-1 on Oswaldo Cabrera. Outfield plays into pull. Second baseman Keith is right up the middle. Holton knows how to get the ground ball with men on base. Swing and a miss. He goes in with the four-seam fastball at 90. Good solid ground ball rate. So impressive last year, the 2.20 ERA. But it's soft contact again and again by opposing batters. Swinging a foul straight back to the screen. Count stays 3-2 on Cabrera. Soft contact. He can get some chase. Not a ton of strikeouts, as we know. And the fastball's low 90s, but arguably his best pitch last year. The 3-2, swinging a foul on the ground behind home plate. Cutter just kept digging in on the righty in this at-bat, Cabrera.
Yeah, I figured he would get one in on the hands at some point after he got the two strikes. He threw the fastball up and away. Cabrera fouled it off. Good time right there. Busted him in. Looks like a four-seamer in. Then all of a sudden, zoop, cuts in on the hands. Cabrera does a nice job to foul it off.
The 3-2, swinging a foul out of play. Staying in the strike zone, inducing the swing from Cabrera. Don't have to worry a ton about a lot of damage. Cabrera's off to a 6-for-21 start. There's not a lot of pop in this bat. Certainly not from the right side. Kind of sits down into his stance, sinks into his legs, upper body upright, cocks the bat high over the right shoulder. The 3-2, swinging a line drive up the middle. It looked like it was tipped by Holton. Flip with the glove from Baez to Keith, who throws to Torkelson, and that's a spectacular 6-4-3 double play with maybe a little assist from Holton. Wow! He did! 1-6-4-3. Only Javi Baez could make that feed. Seventh inning stretch time in Detroit. Brought to you by DTE, Manager Energy Use and Save.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is apo taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Advantage. The Sam Bernstein Law Firm. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
Early detection saves lives. Schedule your cancer screening today at carmanis.org/inspire.
Seventh inning is brought to you by Verizon, the #1 network in Detroit. There are a handful of shortstops, we said this yesterday, who can make a catch like Javi Baez made deep right on the runner to catch somebody like he did yesterday attempting to steal. His tag ability is amazing. His hands are amazing. The way he just started that double play, Bobby, again, the number of shortstops who could have done what he did, and he had to get a double play opportunity. Flip it with his glove to Colt Keith to start the 1-6-4-3 double play. Spectacular.
Absolutely spectacular. And he had to glove flip it with some touch because he was tight to second base and Colt Keith.
Quickly 1-1 on Keith, and you were impressed by the Keith turn of that double play. Fastball low, 2-1.
It's a tough turn because you know you're going to get the baseball. You don't know how hard it's going to be. Javi was right on top of him. Double plays like that, when you're not sure how you're going to get the ball, a lot of times you'll see second baseman flinch and drop it.
Keith takes slider at the knees for a called strike, and his back is to first base when he gets the throw.
Yeah, and not only did he not flinch, you're right. He's got to spin to get the ball at first base with something on it. He did just that.
That was a thing of beauty. Swinging a foul off of the catcher, Wells. Tyler Holden, who watched the replay from center field, it glances off his glove, and he's looking around like, "Where? I thought I had it." And in that moment, he only touched it hard enough to take something off it.
Yeah.
To get it to Javi Baez.
That's right.
Perfect. You work on that too. The 2-2 up and in.
The old 1-6-4-3.
Okay, can't you just picture Joey Carr on the backfield, just like, all right, I'm going to hit it hard. You just deflect it with your glove to short.
If there's a way to work on it, Joey has tried to figure it out for sure. I can promise you that.
The 3-2. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Good at bat for Keith. On the 3-2, pitch away, drove it into left field. Carlos Rodon still on the mound. Ottavino was up and throwing last inning. Clearly Aaron Boone wanted him to get Keith. A 7-pitch battle. Keith sharply singles. That's the end of the day for Rodon. Aaron Boone makes his way out to the mound. Today's game brought to you in part by Corwell Health. Out of the challenge, their response is always the same. We can. Pitching change for the Yankees. After 6 innings plus 1 batter for Rodon, Tigers with a 5-1 lead in the 7th. And while the Yankees make the change, we'll pause.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an eighth-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
That's circlelasvegas.com.
Adam Ottavino takes over on the mound for the Yankees. Pitch and change brought to you by Primitive. Stay in the game with Primitive Performance, fast-acting CBD topical cream. Leadoff man on. Jake Rogers at the plate. First pitch, a fastball strike on the outside edge, strike one.
Yeah, Adam Ottavino out of that Yankee bullpen. Sinker, sweeper, four-seamer, occasional cutters, mainly a three-pitch mix, 2 and 4 seam, and that big wide sweeper from a low arm slot.
Cutter misses outside. Rogers had 2 big trips to the plate today. 2 walks. One was ahead of a Andy Ibanez 3-run home run with 2 outs in the third. And then after an error allowed Colt Keith swinging a foul to the screen to reach to start the 5th. Rogers drew another walk. That set up a couple batters later. Justin Henry Malloy 2-run single. Right-hander works way over on the first base side of the rubber. Chisholm up the middle, the outfield straight up. Yanks a fastball, 94-mile-an-hour fastball down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First outing of the year for Ottavino. No, I'm sorry, he worked a couple of innings. 2-2, fastball low and away. Jake Rogers seen the ball well. He's taken some close pitches, and he's been the victim of some, well, not great calls from Bruce Streckman in his last 2 at-bats.
Especially off the plate away.
Quick toss over to first to drive Keith back. Long career for Ottavino, 15 years now in the major leagues. Every once in a while, he gets a shot at closing. Second go-round with the Yankees. He's had some very good years. One of his best was with the Yankees in 2019. Keith takes off, 3-2. Rogers swings, pops it up, foul and out of play. Well back first base side. With the Mets the last 3 years. Not a hard thrower particularly, but Bobby walks have been an issue for him. But he does get some swing and miss, and he's pretty reliable in late inning leverage situations.
Yeah, he has been. He's not going to be afraid of it. He's been in those spots, like you said, 15 years in the major leagues. Bugaboo walks a little bit.
Keith takes off again. He got a huge jump. Jake Rogers takes a pitch off the plate inside. Wow, I mean, he was halfway to second by the time Ottavino released that pitch. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Brings up Ryan Kreidler, same spot 2 innings ago. He dropped down a perfect sacrifice, trying to bunt for a base hit. Yankees are suspicious here. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, or too late. He actually offered at it. Kreidler takes strike 1, or swings and misses with the bunt attempt. Strike one.
Yeah, first and second right here. This bunt has to go down the third base line. He deadened it beautifully this last time up, but even if he bunts it hard, bunt it down the third base line, force the third baseman to field it.
See if they take another crack. They do. He pulls the bat back this time on a fastball low and outside. Final line for Casey Mize in this game. What a good start. Brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win 6 innings. Remember, he kind of tired in his last start in the 6th inning because he hadn't gone that deep. The 1-1. Front door slider, no bunt attempt, called strike 2. No tiring today, Bobby. 6 innings, 1 run on 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts.
That was some strong stuff. That splitter, he didn't have a good feel for that break, any of the breaking balls he threw early, but that splitter was working from pitch 1.
1-2, swing and a miss. Flat-footed, Kreidler waved at a fastball down and away. 1 out. Kerry Carpenter has grabbed a bat. You don't want to walk away from your seat. Kerry Carpenter steps to the plate right now. He said it didn't look good, but he actually felt like he was getting his timing. Such an odd thing when you have another visit from pitching coach Matt Blake. You come out of spring, you feel pretty good in the spring. He said it felt good off and on. It's funny, Matt Beerling says he needs about a week to get ready in spring training. Kerry Carpenter says, I want as many at-bats as I can get. And it's not about timing. He says it's just, for me, it's seeing a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
Kind of up and down in L.A. He said, I really started to feel like I was getting locked in Seattle. Again, not a lot to show for it, but he said, I felt like I hit some balls hard, and then he said, and that's when you have to tell yourself, stay with your approach because it's working, which is really hard.
Right.
You have told me, as any hitter will tell you. And then he said to get rewarded with 3 home runs, it's like, okay, I was right. I was where I wanted to be.
The most dangerous time as a hitter is when you start to feel good, and you know you feel good. Oh, I'm right. I'm right now. That's when y'all. Let me get this 2-0 pitch and go toe up here. See if I can put one in. No, that's when you start swinging through stuff, chasing stuff. You want to feel good to a certain a certain point.
Carpenter at the plate. Ottavino on the mound. First pitch to Kerry Carpenter. The sweeper at the bottom of the strike zone. It's a called strike 1. Keith, the runner, at second. Jake Rogers has drawn 3 walks today. He's at first. Tigers trying to add to a 5-1 lead. We're in the 7th. Chilly day in downtown Detroit. The strike 1. Fastball down and away. Misses the mark. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lefties have had the big edge against Ottavino throughout his career, and that gap has grown larger. Last year, lefties hit .280 with power against this righty. The 1-1. Fastball strike. Thigh high inner half.
Yeah, to take that pitch, Kerry must have been sitting soft right there looking for that sweeper. Ottavino doesn't throw as hard as he once did, but gets that good extension out there. He's 6'5". Ball plays up a little bit.
Time called, granted at home plate by Bruce Dreckman, called by Carpenter. 2 on, 1 out. We're in the 7th inning. Tigers scored first on a 3-run home run from Andy Ibanez, their first hit of the game. It was their only hit until Justin Henry Malloy drove in 2 more. The single in the 5th inning. The 1-2, way up and away. Bends at the weights, extends the hands away from the left shoulders. He cocks the bat over at the 2-2. Low and inside. The whole secret sauce for Carpenter is getting all that weight back. But he said, when I'm in the ready hit, ready to swing, with everything back, he said, I just feel like I can see the ball so well. And that's why he can cover pitches like really maybe nobody else in this lineup. Vulnerable most to a high fastball. Ottavino will turn and look Keith back to second base. Said he got away a little bit, get a little bit jumpy earlier in the year, but now he's got that timing back. See what he can do on this 3-2. Ottavino sets, checks the rudder again, the 3-2. Off the plate inside. Carpenter draws a walk, first walk that he has drawn this year. And the bases are loaded for Andy Ibanez. And we'll have a pinch hitter. Trey Sweeney has grabbed a bat. Sweeney's been putting together a lot of good at-bats.
Sure has. And we talked about it, Dan. He hits the ball hard a lot, just on the ground. We've seen more line drives and fly balls this year. We're not ever going to want Trey Sweeney to just try to rear back and launch. But, boy, if he can get that thing off the ground just a little bit, raise that launch angle just a touch, we're going to have a good major league hitter on our hands.
Tim Hill, the side-arming lefty, was...
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
At your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer, like the F-150. Tough as a power hitter at the plate.
And inside, comfort tech and game-winning features.
This truck is ready for anything.
Plus, the deals are a home run.
That's right. The deals knock it out of the park every day.
Built tough.
And to win,
don't swing and miss.
All right, stop by your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer today.
Trey Sweeney announces the pinch hitter for Andy Ibanez. Aaron Boone pops out of the dugout and calls on the lefty Tim Hill, now 35 years old. He's been around for a while, and this is a guy that, as a lefty, you don't really want to face. White Sox traded him to the Yankees last year, and he was struggled with the White Sox, as many did. He was great with the Yankees. He's not going to get much swing and miss. Soft ground ball to second base. Jazz Chisholm will backhand and throw it almost away at second base. They just barely got Carpenter at second. Bad feed from Chisholm to Volpe. A run scores, and the Tigers now lead at 6-1.
Yeah, bad feed. The ball looked like it got hung up in the web of Chisholm's glove. He threw a kind of a changeup, backhanded feed to Volpe. Not only was it slow, it was wide of the bag. Volpe did a nice job to keep his right toe on it to get one. I don't know that they get Trey Sweeney anyway, the way he was getting out of the box and getting down the line. We know he can run, but that poor feed didn't give Anthony Volpe any chance at all.
That brings up Torkelson. Righties, as you might guess, against a side-arming, soft-tossing lefty, have a big edge in the career of Tim Hill. Fastball outside. He didn't get the call. He's like, hey, come on. Carlos Rodon got that call earlier today. Right. You could see his shoulders slump a little bit, but that was 2 balls with off the plate, the 1-0. Fastball 87 at the knees for a called strike. Righties most years hit this lefty for average, not always for power, but they see it well, apparently, and hit him for average every year. Ground ball up the middle, and that'll be grabbed by Hill on the mound. He'll run toward first, underhand flip to Paul Goldschmidt. Torkelson bounces out. Tigers scratch out a run. We played 7 at Comerica Park in Detroit. First of 3, Tigers and Yankees, and the Tigers have a 6-1 lead after 7. On the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we're all about helping small businesses grow with the right tools. One way we support our clients is by providing free advertising, like we do for GM&T Engineering. They're advancing automotive and aerospace innovation with certified R&D engineering and testing expertise. To learn more, visit gmt-engineering.com. Grow your small business with free advertising and more at comerica.com/prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender. At Comerica Bank, we're all about helping small businesses grow with the right tools. One way we support our clients is by providing free advertising, like we do for complete restoration and cleaning services. With 15 years experience, they tackle water damage, mold, biohazards, and more. Schedule a free estimate at CompleteRestorationService.com. Grow your business with free advertising and more at Comerica.com/prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, get our best price.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Opera's Radio.
Six-1 Tigers. Bo Brisky takes over on the mound. 8th inning is brought to you by Hatfield Foods. Put pork on your fork. Pitch and change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Bo Brisky takes over on the mound to face the 1-2-3 hitters. Top of the order, Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger. First pitch to Ben Rice from the righty. Fastball low, ball 1.
Reliable Bo Brisky coming out of that Tiger bullpen. Four-seam fastball, slider. His pitch is that changeup, but that slider's coming. The development on it has been very promising.
1-0. Fastball gets a called strike. A little off the plate and inside to Ben Rice, who's reached 3 times today with 2 walks and a triple. We saw him in spring. I mean, when he gets the good part of the bat on the ball, he hits it a long way. This is tapped softly to first. Torkelson will field, cross the bag into foul territory, make the play unassisted. A good changeup from Bo Brisky. He can get by with that fastball changeup combination in many outings. That induces the weak ground ball for the first out.
Yeah, it's really good against lefties, Dan, as you've talked about in previous outings. What can he get that slider to be viable, especially against right-handed hitters, to where they have to respect it?
Good challenge right here. Aaron Judge, first pitch, starts him off. Strike 1 with the slider.
Like it.
Like it a lot. Judge 1 for 2 with the walk today. The strike 1. Tried another slider. This one down and away. Judge has now gone 3 games without a home run, so concerns in New York. He swings, pops it up. A mighty pop down the right field line. Torkelson giving way to Colt Keith, who makes the catch. Wynn kept pushing it out, and it's a good thing Colt Keith took charge, because that ball's really away from Torkelson at the end. Judge pops out. Came into the game with 6 home runs in his 37 at-bats. 1 for 3 with a walk today. 2 outs. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Hardest working player brought to you by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball, the hardworking people who make it possible. Cody Bellinger, ground ball deep, first foul. lots of candidates, but the early starts of Casey Mize, I'm pretty excited about. I think the Tigers are too. Anybody should be. But he gets hardest working player today with that 6-inning start against a powerful Yankee lineup, 1 run on 4 hits. And again, the splitter getting many of those 6 strikeouts.
Again, used the splitter the entire game, got a better feel for the slider late, but didn't have it early, had to rely on that splitter as his main off-speed pitch and did a nice job.
Changeup misses outside to Bellinger. 0 for 3 today. Fly ball to center. He lined out, struck out on the splitter against Mize in the 5th with a couple of men on. 6-1 Tigers are in the 8th inning. The 1-1. Fastball, beauty. At the knees on the inside corner. Rogers was set up away. That's a real skill to be able to get that call when you're reaching across your body. Jake is very good at that. Both Tigers catchers outstanding at getting extra strikes. Their framing, receiving skills. Brisky works middle of the rubber. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Outfield straight up and deep. The 1-2, a soft ground ball chopped up the middle. Sweeney to the right field side of second, throws on the run. He won't be able to get Bellinger. It was just hit too softly, and he still runs pretty well. Infield single for Cody Bellinger with 2 outs in the 8th inning, and the Tigers leading by 5. That'll leave it up to Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, that's what's so enticing about a guy like Bellinger. He can still roll, man. What a good athlete. A little bit older, obviously a little bit longer in the tooth than he was when he first came up. When he first came up, he could absolutely float. He still runs well. Just beat that out.
That brings up Paul Goldschmidt. First pitch, swinging a foul straight back to the screen. Now 37 years old. Every year with Arizona and then St. Louis, just hit for average, hit for power. He is a great example of if you're a heads-up base runner, you can cause a little bit of havoc on the base paths. He can steal a base. He runs the bases about as well as anybody in terms of being able to go first to third on a single, second to home.
And he got 32 bags one year. One year he got 21, I think. I mean, just not just opportunistic.
Yeah, back-to-back year.
Yeah.
He swings it at the shot into left field. One hop off the dirt past the outstretched glove of Trey Sweeney. Fielded by Riley Green. Gets the ball back in. Sharp single for Goldschmidt after the Bellinger infield single that was softly hit. 2 outs. I'd leave it up to Jazz Chisholm. Yankee offense that averaged 9 runs a game through 8 games with 25 home runs. Held to 4 yesterday in a loss in 11 innings in Pittsburgh. Chisholm takes first pitch fastball. Just a little bit low, says Bruce Streckman. Comes a big batter for Bo Brisky to get. The 1-0. Changeup dives away, and before it dives out of the strike zone, grabs the black and gets the called strike. Brisky used in some of the most high-leverage situations you will see down the stretch last year. Off to a good start this year. Ground ball to second, fielded by Keith. He bobbled it and then threw it away. And to score comes Bellinger. Over to third goes Goldschmidt. It's a tough time right now for Colt Keith. He's had some struggles in the field and on the bases in recent games.
Yeah, there's a saying that your glove should never go, your glove should never go in a slump. And I don't care what anybody says, it can happen. He's just walking himself into bad hops and catching these balls in funny spots. And then if you're walking yourself into bad hops, catching these balls in funny spots, your feet aren't in great position. And he just threw that one away right past Torque at first base.
Pretty routine ground ball. I mean, we've seen him field that ball 1,000 times. Yep. And again, they work on it every day with Joey Cora. And he bobbled it. And then once he bobbled it and dropped it, he just picked it up and threw it away.
Yeah.
But it's a struggle right now for Colt Keith. Chris Fetter out to the mound to have a little settling down conversation with Bo Brisky. It's been a soft infield single. Sharp single off the bat of Goldschmidt. And now what should have been an inning-ending routine ground ball to second base turns into an error that allows a run to score and puts runners at the corners. Now a 6-2 game. Anthony Volpe steps to the plate. First pitch, fastball, strike, inner half of the plate, right on the black, inside corner, strike one. Volpe has certainly changed his hitting profile. Clearly looking to get the ball in the air more. 4 home runs already. Chisholm takes off. Pitch is in the dirt. Rogers fakes a throw to second base. Chisholm will get credit for a steal, his 4th of the year. That's 2 now in scoring position. Clear change in approach for Volpe. In terms of getting the ball in the air, the ball coming off his bat, he has doubled his launch angle from a year ago. Swinging a high fly ball right center field. Fairly deep, but playable for McKinstry. Makes the catch in the right center field gap. Volpe flies out, an unearned run for the Yankees.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Can't get enough baseball? Start streaming MLB Network today. Get up to 15 out-of-market games a week live on any device, plus 24/7 access to MLB Network's award-winning shows, including live game look-ins and exclusive player interviews. And hear live radio play.
Fun. How about Vegas? The D.com, the D Las Vegas. It's your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Tim Hill on the mound, bottom of the 8th inning, 6-2, Tigers on top. Side-arming lefty drops way down, then delivers an 86 or 87 mile an hour fastball. Keeps the ball down. Tough on lefties. And that's why he is still around. It would be perfect if it was still an era where he didn't have to face the minimum 3 batters, and he could be that lefty 1-out guy.
He pitched till he's 100.
But you have to be able to get the opposite side platoon out. Line drive foul, 1-2 on Riley Green. And he has had, as we mentioned, tough time getting righties out in recent years. Lefties have hit him at a 270 clip the last 2 years, but it's 270 with very little power. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Riley Green strikes out on the slider at the top of the strike zone. I actually felt pretty good about that matchup, given that this is a kind of pitch-to-contact pitcher, and it was Riley Green.
Yeah. It was a slider up. I don't know that's I'm certain that's not where Tim Hill wanted that pitch. No. But again, we've seen it all day today. Sometimes, you have a plan, and better to be lucky than good.
Zach McKinstry, lefty, takes a fastball, 87. Guessing that looks a little bit faster to a lefty.
Oh, yeah. And plus, he's got a little funk to him. He's long and tall. Really low arm slot, throws the glove at you.
Swinging a line drive, base hit into left. One hop off the dirt, Zach McKinstry. It's so fun watching him right now. Everything is clicking. His at-bats are outstanding.
Yep.
Righty, lefty, he doesn't care.
And this is the only approach you can have against a guy like Tim Hill. He does not throw hard. His breaking ball is his main weapon, especially if you're a left-handed. You basically got to cut off the entire right side of the diamond and just make sure you try to hit something hard, see it as deep as possible, which is not what we've been saying. But in a situation like this, see it as deep as possible and try to hit a one-hopper through that 5-6 hole, which is what McKinstry just did.
Javi Baez takes a pitch low and outside. Unlike Rodon, this is a lefty who stops the running game. McKinstry edges off at first. Goldschmidt holds with him. Baez swings and hits a soft ground ball down the third base line. Fielded by Hill. Skids as he fields it and recovers to throw a strike down to Goldschmidt. That's a really good play, especially since Hill skidded about a foot when he fielded it.
Well, I tell you what, Tim Hill must have did his squats in the offseason because that right foot gave and just took a chunk of the Comerica Park turf out with it, but he maintained his balance, turned and dealt. Threw that sinking two-seam fastball over to Goldschmidt at first, and he handled it. And Javi got out of the box.
He
did
too. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL SAM Studio scoreboard. This is the only afternoon game today. Everything else is later today in the Central. Kansas City home against Minnesota. That's where the Tigers are headed this weekend. Tigers started the day with a one-game lead over KC, the only team in the Central with a winning record right now. Ground ball to second, down to Anita. Fielded. Chisholm almost threw the ball away. Goldschmidt, great job to make the play for the third out here in the 8th inning. For some reason, he threw home. The inning's over, is it not?
Did he come off?
No, the first base umpire said he was out.
Did he say he was out?
Yeah, he said he was out. This inning's over. For some reason, Goldschmidt threw home. Nobody was there. Looked like a run scored, but no, the inning is over. Everybody was getting excited. The play was going on. The Yankees were throwing the ball all around, but the putout goes 4-3 for the third out.
Came off.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Store.